Hey everybody, it's Steve with Sky194, and I sure appreciate you stopping by my channel to check out my video. And we are here at IMOLA, and I am in the V8 Aston Martin GT3 car, and I had a request for a setup here. Plus, I like driving. I don't drive the Aston Martin that much, so I'll jump at the chance to drive it and get some time behind the wheel. Also, as you can obviously tell, I got my panel replaced on my monitor slash TV. In case anybody didn't know, didn't see my model review, I kind of had a little bit of an update in there that my new LG CX OLED TV that I use for my monitor went shorted out, went bad, and about a week ago, and LG did a good job as far as being quick and got a brand new panel, and a guy came out and had to replace it, and it seems to be working great. So hopefully I don't have that problem again. But so at least I can hopefully turn the page and put that behind me. So yeah, here we are at Imola, and I did a setup, and we will just go our normal stuff. I'll show a few laps and then go over the setup, and of course I will put a link to the setup in the description. So in the beginning here, we'll go behind here, and I'll just kind of show where my lines are, and then, like I said, just show a couple laps, and then we'll go to the setup, to the garage. One thing at IMOLA, I would always recommend is to always brake just a little early. If you're not trying to outbrake somebody to get in a corner, always try to brake a little early. And this is really critical, this first step up here. So as you see, I'm hitting the brakes right here. I'm actually hitting it before the 100 and before this curbing here. Usually when I pass, there's a little bit of a not sidewalk, but like some concrete back here, right, and I pass that. But basically, I'm hitting the brakes before I get to this 100 and before here. If you get up to here, it's too late. You're probably going to be off in the dirt, or you're going to, and it totally blows the whole sequence of corners. So this is so important, because if you mess this up, you're just doomed for the rest of the lap. You're behind. So you really, if you have any question, always brake a little early, so you can get through here, because you want to go through here, and after you clear this first corner, you pretty much want to be wide open all the way through, all the way down. So, all the way through the right hand, and then the left hand, you want to be just wide open. So it's really important to make a lap. Of course, I cut across there, hitting the curbs a little bit, or hitting little bumps, which is not bad if you don't hit them too bad. The Aston Martin is good over them. And of course up here, I'm hitting right about the 50 right there, cutting down, trying to stay to the left so I can get a good angle here. Kind of hit them a little hard, but that's okay. Now, also the aggressive for the Aston Martin here at Imola is good. It's a good setup. I did that first, got my pressures and all that, and was running decent times, and it felt really good. So I pretty much only picked up about a good half a second on my times, so that's still okay. The thing I like about it is it's really consistent, so I really like that. It helps me. I need all the help I can get with that. This is the really trickiest one here. Right between the 50 and the 100 is the best place to hit the brakes, but it's so easy to mess that up right there. And there, I just, again, I just touch the brakes and go. So we'll put the toggle on so we can do this and go inside the car. Great sound, the Aston Martin. Great sound. IMOLA is definitely timing. I mean, like most tracks, but I mean, you definitely want to hit the brakes and just get off, and coast through the corner. Or what is the best. And I think I did the best through these next set of corners with the Aston Martin, probably than just about anything. It does really, really well through this next section here for me. This is gonna be really tricky going through right through here, and it did really, really well. Very stable the whole 30 minutes. Of course, it's good over the sausages. Of course, that last lap was a 1:42.63. I'll show the timetables. And that was a 1:42.507, which I actually had that lap twice. So, I mean, I'll show you in the timetable. It's kind of crazy. I don't think I've ever done that before. So that's just how good the Aston Martin is as far as consistency. So I'll take you to the last lap. This is the last lap at 30 minutes. That was a 1:43.06. Just like to let you see the attitude of the car on the last lap. So after it's had 30 minutes of getting pushed hard, see if it's leaving a lot of black marks or smoke or any of those kinds of things. Great through there for me, because this is a sticky point for me, but it did really, really well through that section. Kind of cut that a little bit, but it wasn't an out of bounds, so. One of the things I try to do with the Aston Martin is stay off the limiter, because it just loves to be on the limiter all the time. And I think it did really, really well. Barely could hear it once in a while, but I think that's what I really tried to accomplish, because I didn't want it to be banging off the limiter all the time. It just kills your lap time and your drive. And that last lap was a 1:42.92. I think for me that's pretty good for the last lap after 30 minutes. So let's go ahead and go to the garage. Go over the setup. I got 26.7 left front, 26.3 left rear, 26.1 right front, and 26 right rear. The toe is -0.1 with the camber at -3.9 and the caster at 14. And on the rear, the toe is 0.1 with the camber at -3.1. Electronics are 2, 5, and 2. Fuel, I started out with 65 liters, like I do in all these. And these are the tires. It had light graining on the left front. That's it. Everything else is clean, which is pretty good for 30 minutes, being pushed as hard as it can. Mechanical, got 4 on the anti-roll bar, 61 on the brake bias. Now, the rear end gets a little nervous. I just call it little. So if you want to, you can go up to 62. to try to take some of that out of the rear end if that bothers you. That's what I would do. I would just go to 62, and it really won't make hardly any difference. So just to let you know, of course, I got the steering ratio turned all the way down. Springs on the front are 155,000 with a bump stop rate of 900 and a bump stop range of 10. And on the rear, the same springs, 155,000 with a bump stop rate of 700 and a bump stop range of 35. Anti-roll bar on the rear is 3 and the preload on the diff is 60. And again, I turned from the aggressive, it was 50. So I just made a teeny bit of adjustment to 60. And actually, I did that because I want, you're wanting to get the drive out of the corners. I don't want it to be on that limiter, like I said. And so, when you're coming off of some of these corners, you want it to be both wheels digging. So, I try to get it right to balance the turning and the diff lock up, and I think it's really, really well, and I think that's added to some helps with the consistency. The shocks on the front are 20, 18, 25, and 27, and on the rear they're 15, 14, 22, and 22. Aero, got 57 in the front, 75 in the rear with a 5 rear wing and a 4 and a 3 and the brake ducts. And the front aero variation is 3.1 to the positive, which is a pretty big difference over what the aggressive is. It's probably double what the aggressive is, I think. So, close. So I think it's really good, really good setup, a really good race setup, and I think it's it's very consistent. And let's go. I'll just show you the timetables really quick, just to show you before I forget. There is. I mean, they were all clean laps except the first lap. A lot of a few low 43s, lots of 42s. But I was just going to show you. There's the 4250.7, 142.507. I did that twice, and then in between I did a 142.633 twice. I mean, I don't think I've ever done that. So it's just pretty consistent for me anyway. And then ran some lower 43s, which kind of messed up one corner up or something. But usually I'm in the 42s, mid to high 42s. So like I said, I think for me it's pretty decent, and especially for me not driving the Aston Martin that often. But I sure hope you try it out and give me some feedback. Would appreciate it, and also on if you like this or not, because it really helps with what if I make the video, make another video like this or these setup videos. I mean, I hope it helps whoever likes to use them, it helps you out, and because I mean, obviously I don't want to do a video if you all don't like to see it that way, or if you rather have me change it up and do something different the way the format is. But any comments would be appreciated, and I sure hope you hit the thumbs up. It really does help the channel. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed, really, and share it to let anybody else know in the community. Just to try to help some other people get some base setups to get them going if they're having issues. And if they enjoy that kind of content, I sure would appreciate it to help grow the channel. And I sure hope you come back and you visit real soon. Y'all take care. See ya.